I'm gonna be real. What you gonna do when everybody that's helping you pass away? What you gonna do then? Cause y'all just be sitting around, learning nothing. And you ain't keep it real with nobody else enough to get no help when everybody that you using ain't here no more. Y'all be forgetting that a motherfucker gotta die one day. And y'all just be running around treating people the way you wanna treat them cause you don't need them. Only reason why you don't need them is cause your mom babysitting for you. That's the type of shit we be doing though. We be running around this bitch. Don't know how to keep it real with nobody. You can stay with everybody, over, burnt bridges, and can't even swim. Y'all don't realize yet, but you gonna need everybody you on. And when ain't nobody with you, you ain't got nobody but yourself to blame. Cause you had real friends. Every time they called you with an issue, you don't never be coming through. But every time you going through some shit, you the first person calling. Y'all don't know what to do with real.
Did you know that if you take 2 steps that way and then turn left, you can get the fuck out of my face?
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber die trying. You see the thumbnail. More importantly, you saw that clip. Shout out to that brother, man. This is important. This is an important conversation because I've lived through this a time or two. Because I've had people who 50s, 60s, they're still accustomed to their parents bailing them out. And then when their parents pass away, they're a 50-year-old, a 60-year-old child. You get what I'm saying? I don't know how to I can't do that. Mama did that. Daddy did that. Man. I need some help. And it's like, I'm 40. You 60. But I need to help you because your mama died and you can't do simple stuff with your life. Like, time out. Like, you've been married, you've had kids, but you just can't make it in life. And it's not one of those things where, or dad died, it's not I'm depressed and I'm not just operating right now. It's I'm lazy. I'm lazy. That's what that is. They always gave me money to pay my bills. They're dead. You're still using their credit cards. You get what I'm saying? Dead serious. You know, you still got bills in their name. They're dead. But then you asking other people for help and money. It don't add up. I've seen the people with the friends, you know, I need you for this. I need you for that. I need you for this. I need you for that. Can you do this? Can you do that? Beg and beg and beg and beg and beg. But that same friend that needs everybody for everything, turning to Black Tony from the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. When you call them for something, it's always an issue. I just can't. I can't. I just this happened, that happened. I'm going through it. You know what I'm saying? I can't make it to help you because I just got my leg amputated. And then you see them 2 weeks later and they got both of their legs, them type of people. The type of people that want to borrow money and never pay it back. The type of people that want to borrow money and then you see them on social media drinking alcohol, smoking weed, buying it. Look at my new outfit. Look at my new this, my new that. And you sitting there like, bruh, I thought you was gonna pay me back. It seemed like you paying the internet just to show that you're doing all right. Then you have, the people that's just there for you in a time of need. But in their time of need, that sucks. Somebody might die, somebody might go through, somebody might get sick, something might happen, somebody just go, something might happen to somebody's family, their kids. And you as the friend that it's always there, you're there for them. And then when you're in that same situation, they just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? They just it's they just, oh, I'm triggered. I just can't. Yeah, when I was in the hospital, you came to see me, but you in the hospital. I don't like hospitals. You know, when they had a funeral, you know, and they needed help, you was helping them. When you got a funeral, oh, I just I don't like caskets. I don't like it's like, oh, okay. Okay. You know, they lose their job. You might give them some money to get by. I might help them find a job. If you lose your job, I was gonna get back with you. I said, like, oh, okay, all right. And then what winds up happening is, you know, that person checks off this family member. Well, let's just say this family member writes that person off. This other family member writes that person off. This other friend writes that person off. This other friend writes that person off. Nieces and nephews write that person off. You know, and then there's nobody else to ask for help, and everybody has the same story of how they helped you and you never did. You never helped them. You know, and then people try to manipulate the situation. You know, because some people are screw ups in life on purpose because they expect other people to pick up the slack for them. So there are people out here who are bad with money because they're expecting somebody else who's responsible to give them some money. There are people who are who mismanage their time in life. And if they F up and they just blow 5 years, they're sitting back watching somebody like, oh man, they've been responsible for the last 5 years. So if I wind up without a place to stay, I know they got extra room because they've been responsible. There are people in the world who look at the people around them and they think they're smart because they look at all the people around them like, okay, when I F this up, that's who I go for money. That's who I can go for food. That's who I can go for a place to stay. That's they start picking out. You know, they got an extra car, so if this situation, they can loan me their car. They're that type of person, and they actually think that that's okay. So when I say people scratch them off, the money person scratch them off, the place to stay person scratch them off, the person with the car scratch them off. You know what I'm saying? The person that cooks scratch them off, and then they're stuck with themselves. And then they try to get a new set of friends to use, and it don't work. And well, I'm not gonna say it doesn't work. They do it, and then they run through that set of friends for the same reasons. Then they try to do it again, run through a new set of friends, and then it's no more friends. Family then already said I'm done. The friends, one group said I'm done. The second group said I'm done. The third group said I'm done. So 3 strikes, you're out. You get what I'm saying? And then, and this is what I despise. I truly despise this. There are people who always asking for help, and what they do is they might help you one time and act like you owe them for life. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, let me listen. You remember when I gave you that $5 when we was at Chick-fil-A that one day, and you was $5 and you was like $2 short? Yeah, yeah. Well, I need you to give me like $1,000 for my rent. Cause I looked out for you. And it's like, oh, okay. That same little, Chick-fil-A story gonna go for 15 years. And that's why I say I despise those type of people because they help people on purpose to have something to say, I helped you once. And it's one story with a bunch of different people. And the amount of help that those people have given them is like way up here. But then they go, you remember that one time? Like, I almost died for that $5 that day, and I gave it to you. And I go, So it's like, oh, okay, you pushing it. But what happens because people start learning, like, man, I need to take care of me first. I can't keep helping all these people who don't help themselves. You help people who help themselves. You stop helping people who start being entitled to help from everybody. Because if you don't help them, they're gonna go to this person. If they don't, they don't never actually try to get on their feet. They just try to get a roster of people to help them. And which means they're going to be like that until they die. That's why I started by saying I know people 50s, 60s. There are people who die like that. They're literally going to die waiting on somebody else to do something for them that they could do for themselves. But at the end of the day, they don't want to do it for themselves. But I'm going to leave it at that. You know, tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace. You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm going to tell you that.